Hello, all you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. Alright, today I have an unboxing. So, last week I posted in a community tab of my channel about me going back and starting a retro video game collection from scratch using these subscription boxes. I do have one right here, Retro Game Treasure. So I am signed up for 2 subscription services, and normally my idea was to unbox both and kinda compare to which box might give the better stuff for that particular month. But I signed up a little late on the other subscription box for when they was actually sending out their stuff for the month of January. So I will not get that till next month. So this month I just have Retro Game Treasure. So currently, right now, this actually arrived before my system arrived, the Retron 5, which I would be using to play these games on. So that's supposed to arrive tomorrow at some point. I may still need to buy an adapter, depending what I get in this box, but I plan to set up a future stream at a later date to stream whatever games are in here. It's a video game mystery box. I don't know what's in there. The only thing I do know for sure is that it's a box that they'll send you anywhere from 3 to 5 games a month. Obviously, that's going to depend on, like, if you get 5 games, they're probably all going to be relatively lower value. Where if you was to get 3 games, there would probably be more higher value as far as that goes. Now, this box, it costs $40 a month. Be aware, a lot of times the value of the box will roughly be around what you pay for, but you do run a chance of getting bad boxes. I've seen some pretty uneventful unboxings, but I've also seen good stuff come out of this too. So, like I said, I completely don't have anything like really retro, so what I have on my list to get is NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, Sega Game Gear, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance, sorry. But yeah, if I had to feel the weight of this, there's a little weight, like, it's not just a bunch of handheld games, that I know for sure. There's some weight to this. If I had to say, maybe a quarter to half a pound, maybe ish, just estimating. Um, if I try to shake it, you hear a little clanging, but either they have this packed good or there's some bigger, like, sized games in here. So without further ado, I should open this up. I already cut it open, but I have not opened the box yet, so let's get into it. Then afterwards, just because like people like to see the value of the boxes from what they send you, so I will be going through and looking up to see what these go for on price charting, and then we will do that together after I unbox the box. Um, I, myself, I don't personally. That's not why I order the boxes. I don't order to get. Well, I mean, part of it is you want to get good value games, but that's not why I ordered the box. It was more for the mystery aspect, but I know people like to see, so I will provide that. But yeah, let me go ahead and flip this open. This is my very first box, so thanks for your subscription, RetroGameTreasure.com. But yeah, we have Air Defender. Yeah. I have a YouTuber friend that does unboxings, and he always does this in a very kind of, like you're watching infomercial, infomercial, because they have a sales pitch on here. DiscountAirPillows.com, where pillows are inflated, not prices. Okay. I'm not sure if it's a weird shaped cartridge. I think it's a Game Boy though, maybe. What is it? That's gotta be a Game Boy Advance. This is... I think I got 4 games. Let's start with a handheld. So let's start with this weird one. No, this is a Game Gear. And it is a good game. We have Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on Game Gear. I've never played a Game Gear, but that means I do have to order that adapter before I'm going to be doing that stream. So yeah, that is really cool. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is actually probably my favorite Sonic game. Now, I imagine this is a different version from the Sega Genesis version, which I played over and over and over. But yeah, I have not actually played this version before. Never actually had a Game Gear or anything, so I've never actually played any Game Gears, so yeah. Let's check out this Game Boy Advance game. Ah, sweet. So, I don't think this is particularly on my wish list, but I did put a few, like, extreme sports kind of games for the Game Boy Advance, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and stuff like that, on the wish list. And we got Sean Palmer's Pro Snowboarder. It's another Activision game. I never really played them on the Game Boy Advance because I was a handheld person growing up. I never played on handheld systems usually. but I remember enjoying like the ones on the PS2 and the extreme sports kind of games. Um, yeah, so that's another cool one. I am not. I can say I'm not disappointed with this. Like, I don't know how much these are worth. They're probably pretty common games, but they are common ones I will probably enjoy. And then moving on. So by the feel of the cartridges, I believe we have a regular Nintendo, a NES game, and that might be a Master System. Let's go with the Master System, I guess. No, but it's definitely something I don't know. And this could happen too. So, this is an import Nintendo game. I don't actually know what this is. Hang on, let me see something. I can find out really quick what this is. Just do a little Google search. Or at least hopefully. Okay, so whatever this is called Spartan X. It's a Nintendo Famicom game. I don't know what this is. Looks like a kind of beat 'em up fighter. Um, so this does not upset me for one reason. One, you might not even really need to know Japanese in order to play this game. Um, it might not be heavy reading involved. But on a note that if there is heavy reading, I can use a Retron 5 to patch a language translation for the game, if there is one. So that is pretty cool. Then we finally have a regular Nintendo one. Something I definitely needed for the start of a collection. Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. Yes, yes, yes. Um, this is the same variation of cartridge that I actually had on my regular Nintendo when growing up, because this is a typical game that was packed in with the regular Nintendo when they were selling the system. So this game is everywhere. So this particular variation, anyways, the Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. Can't play Duck Hunt. Okay. Get in here. Come on. Yeah. But yes, happy to have this. I knew eventually I was going to get it, but first box. Good on you, Retro Game Treasure. This is like the um, probably the most I guess it's probably the best game in this box as far as gameplay wise. Um, so let's head over and check price charting for a little thing. So let's start with the um, see if I can. I can. And it is worth $6.98 for the the Famicom Spartan X. Then we have Sonic 2 on the Game Gear. Get a little bit of typing ASMR. There we go. So yeah, that one's a very cheap one. Like $4.67 for Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Game Gear. Then we have Sean Palmer's Snow. Did I type? Yeah. For Game Boy Advance. So yeah, that's a $5 game. So right now we are at roughly a little over $15 at the moment. So what is they can't decide if the cats want to be in or out of the room. So yeah, this box in particular was worth roughly about a little over $20, I would say. So yeah, that is a little bit lower, but here's the way I think of it. But yeah. So that is, point is, by the time I would probably buy these games individually on the internet and pay for shipping, it would come out to roughly, you would be paying probably close to $40 when it comes to paying for the extra shipping and stuff, and yeah. So, the only game I'm not too sure about is Spartan X, so I'd really be curious to see what that game is about. This is going to be, oh gosh. So, this is going to be tagged on because I thought I was feeling the bottom of the box. It turns out there's another game. I kind of spoiled myself, but this is going to make the box a little bit more bearable with the value. I haven't looked it up yet or anything like that, but I did, because when I was feeling in the box, I should have looked at it before I stopped the video, but where I was feeling wasn't the bottom. It was a case I was feeling. So I also got a Sega Genesis game. So this is going to be cool because this is a really good game. I might even argue that this is probably the best game in this box. And that's saying something because I really like Super Mario Brothers. Aladdin on the Sega Genesis. It doesn't feel complete as far as from the weight, but let's go ahead and see. It is not, but that is okay. little bit of label damage, but comes in a case. And this is kind of cool because on a little notes on a little notes thing on my preferences about my box, I put like that I prefer to get like Sega Genesis games and stuff in the clamshell cases just because they're a little bit more sturdy and a lot more of them are around, unlike the like cardboard boxes for the NES games and stuff like that. So I figured that was a little bit more of a kind of more reasonable thing that they could possibly do for me. But if they send me loose games, I'm not going to complain. It's just, like I said, that it would be my preference. But yeah, Aladdin. So I am not an expert at this, but I'm probably going to go through and clean the pins on these games. Game Boy game might be alright. The Game Gear game looks pretty good too. I mean, Super Mario Brothers looks good as well. But that is really cool. So I just made an already long video longer, though. I should probably look at the price of this, in all honesty. But yeah, a case even has the cool, like, you can just read the back, see how they marketed their games and to try to sell you on a game. That is a really good game though, and yeah, let's go ahead and reevaluate. So we was at roughly a little over $20. So let's go. Oh gosh, I guess I should remember how to spell Aladdin. So it's not complete, obviously, which that would have been the other half. So yeah, even if I do a little bit, not like heavy math or whatever, but let's say this is about half complete. It's missing the manual. So instead of being worth like $18, might be worth like $13 or $14, I would say, because it's not loose. So yeah, which in turn that brings us up to about high 30s, I believe. So yeah, I pretty much got my money's worth in here as far as the value is concerned. So yeah, that is great. Aladdin and Super Mario Brothers was a couple games on my wish list. So yeah, that was really cool. Fortunately, this is going to have to be uploaded later. Not like another day, but it's going to be really late tonight because now I have to edit in the second video onto the other video. So yeah, surprise. You know, this was a really good box. I got 5 games. They all added up relatively to the value. It was not a bunch of shovelware, though I don't think they had the term shovelware back in the old days, but I think so. I don't know if this is just because I put together a giant wish list for them. So, oh gosh, now I'm just rambling. So, have a great day. Thank you, Retro Game Treasure. I look forward to your next box for next month, and I will like to see what Video Games Monthly does to go against Retro Game Treasure in a head-to-head unboxing. Yeah, that's gonna be the unboxing videos for the following months. A little head-to-head between the two boxes action. But yeah, alright. This time for real. For real. There is nothing else in the box. You can post your treasure picks and earn extra entries in our boss chest giveaways. But I don't really do social media, and I don't think they count YouTube videos as pictures. So, we guarantee your games arrive working. Just email us if you have any issues. Stay retro, buck the megabuck. Then they got their email, all their little social media things they're on. There's a few symbols too. Like, I can't recall what the potion is from unless it's like the potion in Zelda. But that specific pixel picture, I'm not sure what it's from. I know the chicken is from Castlevania. Now that key's from Zelda. That star's from Mario. And then you got Tetris block and a ruby from Zelda. So yeah. Okay. Have a great day. See you in the next video.